Hi everybody, welcome back to another Mindful Mutt Moment where we take a few moments every day just to connect with our dogs on a mindful, present moment level, which is so important these days with all the stress and anxiety that's happening around us. Today we're not, if you notice, we're not on the couch or in the yard or sitting next to our dogs. I'm walking on the trail with my dogs, which is something. It's a wonderful way of being mindful and connecting with our dogs. And I do this almost every day, weather permitting. And it's just as important to do this in a way mindfully rather than doing it with a goal of walking a certain amount of miles or reaching a certain destination. Is really about being immersed in everything that's happening around us. And when we're out here, there's so much going on, the sights and the sounds and the smells and the details and all the little intricacies of what's going on. And a lot of it that I won't notice, because sometimes if I'm walking, I'm inside my own head sometimes thinking about where I have to be later or what I did yesterday. But I like to have my dogs lead the way, and I like to have them show me how to be mindful and connected at this moment. And so we can enjoy this walk together as friends, as equal friends, because we're doing it on an equal level. So here's Bhakti and Bodhi. Bhakti's taking a nice little rest here on the trail here. Let's do a little bit of walking with them. And one of the things I love to do, or I love to watch, is sometimes my dogs will stop for a moment and sort of get lost in a scent. They will be a tip of a leaf somewhere, and for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, they're just involved in that scent on the tip of a leaf, some minute detail. And it's really fascinating to me that they can really just focus in and laser beam in and connect of what's going on there. And at other times, I notice they're walking and there's no destination in their mind. They're just walking and connecting with everything around them. Because dogs are really skilled at this. They're really, it's a wonderful ability, and where we need to take their lead on this. So as they're walking and checking out what's going on, this is something that we do together. This is something my dogs and I will do together as friends. And it's a great time to spend together. But we don't want to do this with the idea of, okay, let me walk with my dog and let me think about, do I have to go grocery shopping later or plan things out? No, it's a time for being present, feeling the ground beneath your feet, hearing the different sounds, the way the breezes touch your face, the smells that may come up, and again, allowing our dogs to show us things and to enlighten us to experiences that we may not normally want to be there, if we allow it. So this is a great way to spend some time with our dogs. So often we're goal-oriented, and it's not about reaching a destination. Bhakti and Bodhi aren't walking right now thinking, I have to get a certain place, and they're not putting their odometers on and saying, well, today I only walked 4 miles. I really should have walked 5 miles. They're not doing it as an exercise. And nor am I walking with them as a training exercise saying you have to stay with me or heal. In fact, this is not about healing, H-E-E-L. This is about healing, H-E-A-L. And this is the time to really heal because we're together. Everything is fine, especially on a beautiful day like today with the blue skies. And we're connecting. Being equals with our dogs, which is something that's very important to be friends. Because obviously friendship cannot exist if we have a hierarchy. And so often we're taught that. We're taught that as soon as we learn about dogs, that we have to be the boss or the leader. And that's not true. Sometimes my dogs will lead, especially when I'm out here. They have skill sets that I don't possess. They can hear something that I won't hear, or smell something that I won't be aware of. And that's an important thing. Many times they've alerted me to a skunk or even a bear in the woods where I wasn't aware of it, but they picked it up first. So I allow them to lead the way in that kind of thing. Come here, guys. Come here. Let's sit here for a second. So, come here, guys. Good girl. So being mindful with our dogs and being friends with our dogs and taking a few moments every day to just connect with them. Yes, my good girl. And letting them lead and letting them lead the way at times. And just being equal and being present and being here and getting out of our heads and getting away for a moment from the anxiety. It's a great way to do this. By the way, I do want to mention one thing. If you notice, Bhakti and Bodhi are not on leashes. And that's because they have learned to be very, very respectful of where they are. We are guests on these trails. It's the bear and the skunks and the deer and the squirrels. This is their home, and we're visiting. We're the guests. And if your dogs are not ready yet to be that respectful to that, which is fine, you can do this same thing on the leash, which is just as good. Just don't make it a training exercise where they have to always stay right next to you. Because what fun is that? Follow them. Let them sniff. Let them explore. Find out. Discover what they're discovering. This is how it is to be mindful with them. You never know the treasures you may find. And the real treasure is the time you spend together. So I will see you tomorrow for another Mindful Mutt Moment. Have a great day. Thanks.